What's up, family? With no surprise, Kamala Harris wants to put an end to the September 10th debate with Donald Trump, as she's trying everything in her power to do so. For example, Trump wanted to do the debate on CNN just like June 27th, 2024, with the same rules when he debated Joe Biden. She then wanted to do it on ABC News, as she would not agree on Fox News debate on September 4th. So she flip-flop amongst dates and networks to make it seem like Donald Trump is difficult, right? So I want you guys to check out this ad pertaining to, basically, the ad is powerful in regards of the debate we all been waiting for Kamala, from Kamala of yesterday versus Kamala today, right? So I want you guys to check this out.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics. Every day.
So I just wanted you guys to check that out, man. Bidenomics, Lionomics, Democrats, hypocrites, however you put it. Kamala Harris seems to appear to trying to drop out in regards of this presidential debate coming up in September 10th. They have lied over and over and over with so many things, and she's more of a believe what she say rather than a believe what you see type of person, right? She reminds me of a modern woman who operates in her masculine way, who's very entitled. But I do have another video that I do want to show you guys in regards to her getting questioned by an individual in regards to debates with Donald Trump, and would she be willing to do so for the 3 proposed debates that Donald Trump proposed, because he didn't just propose the one on September 10th, which was originally September 4th. Then, due to her being difficult, it's transferred over to September 10th. But yeah, she only agreed to one so far, so to say. But what really cracks me up, before we check this video out, as I mentioned, with the individual asking her about the debates and being willing to debate Donald Trump after her soft puppy child question, premeditated prescript of a CNN interview, I find it highly ironic. Before we get into the video, like I said, I find it highly ironic that she doesn't want to do the same. She doesn't want to do it the same way that it was with Joe Biden and Donald Trump debate with CNN, but she did her premeditated debate on CNN, but she doesn't want to do it on CNN network. She didn't want to do it on Fox, but she preferred ABC. But ABC rejected her demand pertaining to her last-minute demand to change the mics to not be muted. But the rule of muted mics is basically, as we all know, when it's not the other party's turn to speak, the mic will remain muted. However, family, let's get into this video with no further ado, as this individual asks her about being highly interested in see how excited she is in regards of the anticipated debate to come. So let's see this, family.
Madam Vice President, Donald Trump agreed to 3 debates. Will you be participating in all 3?
I've always been on record. I am looking forward to debating Donald Trump, and we have a date of September 10th. I hear he is finally committed to it. I'm looking forward.
What about the other 2?
Let's make sure we get this photo of everyone. Look right here.
Rejected that.
Madam Vice President, Donald Trump.
That question in regards to the other 2, though. As you can see, she looked nervous. She looked in a rush. Definitely answered one question and went about her way, and that's the entitlement of her being basically posing as if, and she comes off to appear to be nervous but also entitled, because it's like, I answered your question, don't ask me another one. You get what I'm saying? And it shows that she could talk the talk all she want, but she's sure not walking the walk, as she's the one that's being difficult, as she tries to make it appear that Donald Trump is being difficult to come to an agreement with this debate, right? And you see her actions displayed in this video. It's self-explanatory. Fake confidence, displaying tendencies of the modern everyday woman that I said before, who has masculine tendencies of wanting to be in control of everything or seem like she's getting down to business. As we all know, she didn't do well with her open book test of an interview with the CNN network alongside Dana Bash, who was very lenient with her puppy child questions, question-wise, as I'm not surprised if Dana Bash is her ally. Um, she won't do well in the debate. She was more confident in the vice president debate when it came to Tulsi Gabbard. As we all know, she got demolished and dropped out. And Kamala Harris has talked about Joe Biden plenty of times before becoming a VP and then becoming a vice president, a part of the Biden administration after calling Biden a racist. She's basically a two-faced individual, and she shapeshifts for self-benefit. And when it's the time to present itself, she will definitely switch up when it comes to benefiting herself, which brings a highly alarming concern if this individual was to lead the country in regards of being the chief of the military, let alone negotiating with world leaders, right? So Kamala wants the mics on, which I believe, so she can do this repeatedly. And I want you guys to check out this next clip because I feel like this is what she wants to do, and this is part of her agenda, and this is how she operates, unfortunately. Let's go.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth.
Mr.
Yes.
Vice President, I'm
Please.
speaking. I'm speaking. Okay. If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then
Please.
have a conversation, okay?
Please.
Okay.
Non-answer.
Trying to answer you
The
now.
American people deserve a straight answer.
I will not sit here and be lectured by the Vice President. I'm speaking. Yeah, I'm about to. I will not be lectured by the Vice President. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Mr. Vice
But I wanted to show you guys that in regards of that's her approach of debating, obviously, as we see. And when you have nothing to say, you create a scenario of disruption to throw off everything off. You throw off everything when it comes to being on topic, as you ramble about nothing, right? That's why she seems like a nagging teacher talking about, I'm speaking, I'm speaking. It's like a nagging teacher saying, I'm teaching, I'm teaching. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that she plays on the emotional vulnerability of the American people. But soon it's time to get down to business, seeking productive conversation. As you see it, Mike Pence said, you know, I believe the American people deserve a straightforward answer. But you say one word that she doesn't like, and she'll cut you off in a heartbeat. And when she speaks, you better not interrupt. That's basically how she operates, as you can see. So how do you expect someone that adds no context to her broad statements, just using a black card, assassinate attitude, and mainstream media is using her assassination attitude as a way to spark controversy to gain the eyes of the viewers, literally, and she answers nothing, and she's just talking talk. And what I'm getting from this, family, I highly believe, is with Kamala Harris obviously decides that the conditions will limit her in this upcoming presidential debate September 10th. Just as we see her work solid, we can see that she played. And I think what her campaign is trying to do is, and the reason why she's busy being so furious to make sure mics are not muted at all times or at no time, is because she wants to come off as timid and gentle as Donald Trump does his thing and get down to business and be straightforward, addressing the everyday issues that Americans deserve and do. But she'll come off as quiet as timid and pose as Donald Trump being this very disruptive, rude individual. And I believe that's why she wants the mic muted, which I'm glad to see her last bit, you know. And I want to present to you guys, as we see her play over and over and over again with these interviews, and we see how she's conducting herself in the previous debates when it came to the vice president debate back in 2020. And also we've seen how she did amongst the Democratic National Convention, standing on the podium, not really adding no context to anything she's saying. And I believe that us, we the people, the American people, are seeing right through her. So I want you guys to check this clip out here.
Well, Miss Flip Flop Kamala Harris here has decided that the conditions the upcoming debate are no longer to her liking. I'm going to start calling her Goldilocks. She wants the perfect temperature. She wants the right network. She wants the perfect setting. She wants to have her feet rubbed. Sweetheart, you are running for the highest office in the land. You should be prepared to debate anywhere, anytime, under any conditions.
Exactly.
Miss Kamala Harris and her advisors put out a statement this morning saying Donald Trump is surrendering to his advisors who won't allow him to debate with a live microphone. If his own team doesn't have confidence in him, the American people definitely can't. First and foremost, Donald Trump got shot less than 2 months ago and got up and walked off the stage. So if we're going to talk about surrendering, it took you 40 days to get the courage to do a sit-down interview on CNN. I surrender. Let's talk about surrender. I guess Miss Goldilocks Harris has amnesia. You guys wanted the exact same rules as the Joe Biden debate on June 27th. You got rid of Joe Biden, you led a coup against him, now you're the nominee. Okay, fine. Now those same rules aren't good enough for you. The fact that Miss Kamala Harris is shaking and quaking over a 90-minute debate on a friendly network, sweetheart, how are you going to negotiate with Vladimir Putin, President Xi, Kim Jong-un? What's going to happen in the Situation Room? You can't negotiate a debate. How are you going to negotiate with world leaders? Now, as some folks have pointed out online, Kamala's team probably printed about 1 million shirts that say I'm speaking. She really wants another I'm speaking. Excuse me, I'm speaking moment, but now that the microphones are going to be off, that's going to go to waste. It's also been reported today that Kamala wants to bring up Donald Trump's age in the debate. Let me tell you why this is absolutely ridiculous. Until July 21st, the Democratic nominee was Joe Biden, who's in his 80s, and now Kamala wants to paint herself as this young little minx, someone who's new on the scene. Kamala, you were with Willie Brown back in the 90s before I was even born. Kamala, you yourself are a few years away from Social Security. If you bring up Donald Trump's age in the debate, everybody is going to laugh at you. And shout out to everyone on Social Security. I know I'm big in the nursing homes. How are you doing? Now, as for the United States of America, I don't know who's running the country right now. Kamala, she's crying, shaking, and quaking over the debate. Joe Biden, he's still on the beach chilling. I really think Joe Biden knows Kamala Harris is a clown, and that's why he's avoiding her at all costs. I really think he endorsed her as a way to screw over the DNC. We're really starting to see why Kamala's had so much staff turnover, why they hid her away from reporters for 40 days. This is getting absolutely ridiculous and silly. Either show up in debate or don't. I'm getting bored with the whole situation. One thing Kamala doesn't realize, because she's gotten lucky breaks throughout her entire career, is that she's auditioning for the highest office in the land. She is applying for a job. She's applying to work for us. The fact that so many Gold Star families are upset with Kamala Harris right now and she's whining about a debate shows she doesn't know her priorities or how to handle a PR crisis. I don't care if they say you have to swing from the chandelier like Cirque du Soleil during the debate, or if you have to answer the questions blindfolded on a pogo stick. I don't care if they say you have to run across hot fiery coals like Oprah on Super Soul Sunday. You do it because you're applying for a job. You're applying to work for the American people. All right, my friends, I know many of you have already signed up, but I'm having another private off-the-record Zoom to talk about the debate. It's going to be a post-debate party on the 11th of September. It's going to be a riot. If you want to sign up, it's $7. Just go to my profile.
Well, there you go, family. That's very interesting that he said that. And I just wanted to point something out. Kamala Harris is a liberal, right? And the liberal is more deceitful than a conservative. Both want power, but the liberal is the one who's perfected the art of posing that she's with the people, but really not. See, Kamala may stand with the people through thin, but not thick, right? And you will see with her own self-conviction, her entitlement, as we see, if she's better than anybody else out there, as she portrays to be and wanted special treatment, as he mentioned. What does it matter about a 90-minute interview, a 90-minute debate on a friendly network, and you're sitting here basically wanting special treatment? You have a job to do. You're applying for a job, and if you have the credentials, there should be no pushback in regards of the requirements that's needed to achieve and pursue that job. It sounds like she just wants special treatment because she's entitled, let alone her ignorance is enough of destruction within itself. As we see, the world is decaying before our eyes, the country. But like he said, how would Kamala be able to negotiate with world leaders? She can't even come to agreement about the mics. A mic. Think about it, a mic. She is not easy to work with, as you can see. And as she posed herself to be this workable, get down to business person, she obviously is not easy to work with. And she may, and I think of, and I'm thinking, and it's just is my theory, I don't know for a fact, she may make an excuse, and it's excuse to not attend the debate. I hope she attends the debate September 10th. But I feel like she's trying at all costs to avoid the debate. And man, it's just ridiculous, man. Just get down to the debate, get down to some work. But that's what happened when you DEI did not earn it. She doesn't have the credentials. She's not qualified. She's been a disaster in everything she touched. When she became a district attorney of California, look, the high surplus deficit, homelessness running rampant, crime is crime is crazy. You know, the whole state is under fire. It's on fire.